that's pretty good, huh?
Very good.
That's awesome.
It was a particularly big concept. Became an enormous #1 New York Times bestseller. That's Bill Simmons, a guy at ESPN, who I kind of like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I don't kind of like. I do like. He's a pretty good writer, and we tried to get him to appear in a program. He wouldn't appear, so he may be. Who knows what he's in a snit about. But that doesn't mean I don't like him. Anyway, ESPN suspends him for 3 weeks. Now, he's the guy who does he's the executive producer of the 30-30 deals, which are fabulous.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the editor of Grantland, which is the website that's part of ESPN, which is fabulous. And he's not great himself on television. He's on that basketball thing. He's not good. But he's a wonderful writer and all that. So he does a podcast, of course. And on his, everybody does. So on his podcast, he says that Roger Goodell is lying about the Ray Rice video. Well, of course Goodell's lying. I mean, we know that. And so ESPN, they suspended him for 3 weeks for saying that?
Yep.
He did get suspended for 3 weeks. He also, I think Bernie played part of this.
Remember, Ray Rice got 2 weeks for knocking his wife out.
Right, that was the first.
Right.
You're right.
This guy says that the
exactly
NFL
right.
commissioner is a liar, which he is, and he gets suspended for 3 weeks?
It's tougher than the NFL was at first.
Yeah.
So, but the next thing he said after going after Goodell was he went after ESPN management, or he challenged them to do something about it. So I don't know how much that had to do with getting the 3-week suspension.
Well, see, that's the problem with these guys. They think, well, I went through it myself years ago. You get to thinking you're bigger than the people you work for, and you're not.
We have those tapes if you want to hear it.
What tapes?
The Bill Simmons clips.
Oh, let me hear them.
All right.
Well,
Yesterday's, right?
yes.
Yesterday, I got it.
You done?
All right. Here you go.
I got it.
I just think not enough is being made out of the fact that they knew about the tape and they knew it was on it.
Yeah.
Goodell, if he didn't know what was on that tape, he's a liar.
Either
For
he's
all these
lying
people to
or
pretend they didn't know is such f***ing bullshit. It really is. It's such f***ing bullshit. And for him to go on that press conference and
Yeah.
pretend otherwise, I was so insulted.
Ooh,
That's
and
got
then
a great radio voice.
and then this is the one where he calls out. This is the one that really probably got ESPN's
Oh, okay.
goat. Take a listen to this.
I really hope somebody calls me or emails me and says I'm in trouble for anything I say about
No,
Roger
I don't.
Goodell.
I think it's
Because
pretty
if
safe.
one person says that to me, I'm going public. You leave me alone.
We may
The
have to
commissioner's a
bleep.
liar, and I get to talk about that on my podcast. Please call me and say I'm in trouble. I dare you.
All right, they did. Now the ball is in your court, Simmons.
Ask
Now he's
and
not
you
allowed
shall
to say anything.
receive. Yeah.
He's not even allowed to tweet now. So.
Have a nice 3 weeks.
Now what, tough
well,
guy?
then he's got to quit.
He's got to do
He can't
something.
take a suspension.
Right.
He's got to show some guts.
Exactly right.
Oh, absolutely. He can't go back to work for him ever.
He's got to go to Mad Dog Radio.
Yeah.
Got to go somewhere.
Billy, come on over.
Go to Fox Sports or CBS or NBC or somewhere. He can't go back to work for them.
Hey, listen, you know it, I know it. Bill's right.
Come on, you got a backbone or what? They'll all end up over
Oh,
there. You got
man.
Stephen
You
A. Smith
can't.
already.
I mean, it's like when you ask for a raise. If you go in and ask for a raise and they don't give it to you, you got to quit. You can't do it. Oh, wow, man. We'll see if he's got any guts or not. I bet he doesn't, so.
Listen, Bill, we got a shift all ready for you. Let's go. Come on. Tell me something.
Draw a red line.
Somebody would. I mean, he'd be valuable to hire.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he?
How crazy is that Simmons?
You like
Donnie?
him guns or no?
Yeah, he's a little nutty, which is why I like him. But yeah, I mean, he's smart and he says it the way it is.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, we'll see if he does.
Very
challenging
good writer.
management was stupid.
But
But if you do, then you've got to back it up.
Right.
So you got to have the guts to back it up.
But he's in charge of all this stuff that I'm sure he doesn't own. I mean, Grantland is owned by ESPN. The 30 for 30 stuff that he's the executive producer of is ESPN's. So
Dope. Congratulations to Mike Lupica. Fantasy League first week on the New York just came out.
Mhm.
First week on the New York Times bestseller list already at number 9.
there you go.
And I bought O'Reilly's book, Killing Patton, on both my iPhone and I got some kind of book thing there, and on my iPad. It's as well written as anything that Doris Kearns Goodman or Doug Brinkley and those guys do. It's not a lot of information that you don't know, but it's I mean, if you're a student of Wolverine, I really liked him. I got a book or something, I can't remember. I just remember I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him. All right, go ahead, Guns.
All right, well, the average ticket price tonight for Jeter's last game, $845 to sit in the pouring rain with the stadium full of gnats. And
Hey, let me tell you what Bill Simmons has to do. He dares somebody from management of ESPN to call him and discipline him for his comments about Roger Goodell, which of course Simmons was right. He was lying. And then so they did. They suspended Simmons for 3 weeks, right?
Right.
He's got to quit. You can't take that suspension from them after you dared them to do it.
Call him out.
And call them out and they do it. I mean, if he hadn't said anything about management and if they just suspended him, then you could say, well, okay. But he dared them to do it.
Right.
And they did it. So how do you go back to work for him?
Oh, he will, though, don't you think?
If he has any guts, he won't.
If you have a contract, you don't have a choice very often.
Of course you do. So, I mean, go to court. I mean, whatever. You either have guts or you don't.
But Free Simmons is already trending on Twitter right now because last night everyone was like, "This is pretty absurd that they that they suspended him over this." You know,
That's ridiculous.
I mean, Ray Rice got 2 weeks and he knocked somebody out. Then Stephen A. Smith got a
they
week.
suspended Simmons because he ran his fat mouth about management.
Right.
I mean, it is their network, you know. It is. I mean, it does work for them. So, what he said about Goodell, I don't think he would have got suspended for that. Do you?
Not for 3 weeks. I mean, that's
No.
yeah.
He got to 3 weeks because he wanted to prove what a tough guy he was. Well, he's not tough. They suspended him, so he's got to quit. I mean, I've been down this road. It's like if you go ask for a raise, and they don't give you the raise, you got to quit. You can't. What's that noise I hear?
Could be your voices in your head.
I think.
It's not me.
Hello, I'm
What is that I'm hearing?
Now batting.
Now batting.
Come on, Carly, are you talking to somebody?
Number 12.
Huh?
Yeah, I was on the phone, but what's up?
Well, yeah.
Carly Shimkus.
Well, who were you talking to on the phone?
Jessica Como in the control room.
Jessica Como.
Shimkus.
Well, should we be able to hear you over here?
Sorry. No, you absolutely should not. I'll lower my voice.
Left field Como.
It's unbelievable. First of all, yesterday she comes over, sets down a big bag of stuff while I'm talking, and now we're on the air, and I don't mind a little noise. That doesn't bother me. She's over here screaming to the top of her voice, talking to Jessica. I mean,
Hey, Jess.
you can't make this up. What were you saying, Guns?
Guns.
Well,
he wants a raise.
yeah. Well, the other thing is,
I mean, if I can hear you talking on the phone, that may be, because I can't hear anything.
No, you
Right.
That could be a problem.
right.
Crazy. Hey, Bigfoot,
Thanks to the ear doctor.
Yes, sir.
we need to have a staff meeting. We've never had one.
A staff
Oh,
meeting.
God.
Oh, man, what time? Let's do it.
I
Oh,
mean,
let's do it.
Invite Warner.
Right after the show.
what are these people thinking?
Happy New Year.
Now
What do
in
you
for the
think
staff
Carly's
meeting.
thinking?
Making I don't know. What could have
21
gotten
after
into
the
to
hour
make
here
a
at the
phone
Anderson
call?
Morning Program. Before you accuse me, baby, take a look at yourself. Yeah, baby.
Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Yes, I've been running with other women, but I don't love.
And you learn about stuff that you ordinarily wouldn't know about. Now, do you agree with me, speaking of sports, that Bill Simmons, he's a terrific writer. He's the editor of Grantland, that's the website that is a part of ESPN. He's the executive producer of the 30-30 series, which are fabulous. And does stuff himself. That's his least, he's least proficient at that, but whatever. Anyway, he goes on his podcast, his ESPN podcast, and calls Roger Goodell a liar, which Goodell is. But then he dares management at ESPN to do anything about him saying that.
Right.
And they suspend him for 3 weeks. My question for you is, Guns, can he go back to work for him?
You know, at first, the thing is, at first, I didn't even think about that part of it. It came across, especially on Twitter last night, that they were suspending him because of what he said that everyone pretty much thinks about Roger Goodell. But, you know, it is true that once you actually think about it, it's because of what ESPN, what he said about the bosses. The thing is, if you're going to pretend to be that tough, as you alluded to earlier, then no, you have to walk away. I mean, he can go to a different network. He's got all this backing and following already.
Yes.
He's established himself, so he should be able to bounce wherever he wants.
You can't go back to ESPN.
Right.
You can't dare them to do something, and then they do something, and then you stay. And then you just take it, and you can't do it.
Right.
You can do it if you don't have any guts, but
I mean, he could go. It's like he could. You know, Stephen A. Smith went over there, so I mean, he could.
Come on over.
I'll bet you any network would hire him.
Yeah.
Though here's the problem with
I'd
that.
hire him.
The problem with that, though, is like someone like, if this was you, say, for example, like everything you do on the air is what you do on the air.
Yeah.
What he does, as you just pointed out, is not necessarily owned by him. His most valuable, you know, properties or whatever you want to call them are the 30 for 30 franchise and Grantland, both owned by ESPN, I would think, unless he has some stake in them or whatever.
Right.
And then the stuff that he does on his own, I think you're right. You just said that's the what's least valuable about him. So if he leaves ESPN, he leaves those things behind, you know? So it's not as simple for him.
But he brings over his 30 for 30s.
Does
you
he?
know, he can
We don't know.
maybe under a different name, but I mean, if he's the brains behind it, he
Yeah,
can
I
bring
mean,
that
he's
to
the
a
brains
different
behind-
network. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So do another one.
He's the brains behind
you're right.
Grantland. I mean, the guy's a pretty good writer.
Yeah, no, that's what he started doing, writing the columns. Yeah.
So
Sports guy.
Right, sports guy. That's what it was called.
I don't know. Well, I mean, you can't. I mean, it's like you go and ask for a raise, and if they say no, you got to quit. Period. So just there's no other way to do it. So, and when you make these deals, and I know what I'm talking about, you've got to be willing to walk away. I mean, it's like buying a horse. So I've done it 100 times.
Horse.
Guy said he wants $100,000 for the horse, so I gave you 75. He said I won't take it. Fine, walk away. Just can't do it.
Where's this?
So what we're saying is that
the relevance.
we expect Bill Simmons to ride away on on horseback
There's your example, Bill, right there.
later
All right,
this
now
week.
here's a text I just got from my wife.
This is just in.
This is the stuff I have to deal with.
Okay.
Your hair looks too flat, and the left side is flat, and the right side sticks out.
That's the.
Good thing it was the hair.
Well, what am I supposed to do?